Colin Powell, one of the architects of the Iraq war fraud as Secretary of State under George W. Bush, has had his emails hacked by somebody who hates the Illuminati. This is going to be fascinating. A hacker known as Guccifer or Guccifer, however you pronounce it, hacked into Colin Powell's emails and several other high-level, prominent, and powerful individuals, including George W. Bush's sister, who then it was revealed that George W. Bush had sent her these pictures of his paintings, his self-portraits of him in a bathtub, and this bizarre self-portrait of him in the shower. Sorry to have to show you these, but this is the sick mind of this skull and bones psycho, this war criminal. And so the same hacker that got these photos and hacked into some other powerful individuals' emails, hacked into Colin Powell's email and found an interesting email in his inbox from a News Corp executive that is Rupert Murdoch's media empire, you know, the owner of Fox News. And so an executive from News Corp, Andrew Knight, emailed Colin Powell and asked him to persuade Tony Blair, former UK Prime Minister, to attend the Bohemian Grove. And the email is dated March of 2012. So Guccifer, or Guccifer, however you pronounce it, is and has forwarded emails to several news agencies to verify that he has hacked these individuals' accounts. And one of the news agencies that picked up on the Tony Blair persuasive invitation to the Bohemian Grove was none other than RT, Russia Today, a Russian state-sponsored, American-branded alternative media outlet. And so what Guccifer did is he sent screen captures of this email from Andrew Knight, again, to Colin Powell, that said right here, I don't know if you can read it, might you be able to gently/firmly point Tony that you rank the Bohemian Grove middle weekend in your diary before allowing any other duties to get in the way? Lack of exposure suggests that Tony has not yet got his priorities straight. I'm going to suggest the same to Henry, meaning Henry Kissinger, the notorious war criminal and member of the Bohemian Grove. I have a Bohemian Grove membership list from 2005 that was found by an employee at the Grove and given to me. It is authentic. It is fascinating because on the list it shows a full membership list of people back in 2005. On that list, of course, is Colin Powell, a Bohemian Grove member, and Donald Rumsfeld, and George Bush 41. Most, if not all, Republican presidents become members of the Bohemian Grove. Not while they're sitting presidents, because they can't go and attend the cremation of care, mock human sacrifice, burning the human effigy of a person ritual while they're a president, because their schedule is so tight that they can't just disappear and pop up at the Bohemian Grove. But here is a picture of George W. Bush and his father, Bush 41, Poppy Bush, in the Bohemian Grove back in 1995, maybe 1996, I forget. Photographed giving a lakeside talk. That's the insider talk that they give once a day during the 2-week encampment, where elite Illuminati superclass members give presentations to their fellow superclass Invisible Empire members about their field of expertise. This photo comes from the Bohemian Grove yearbook called The Annals of the Bohemian Grove, which I have. a copy, several copies, actually. And the reason I was able to get a copy is because when Bohemian Grove members die, a lot of them are old men, old white men. Their estate is sold, auctioned off, their libraries, donated to Goodwill or different bookstores. These books end up in circulation. So I have been able to obtain one, and that is where this photograph comes from. Now, other people over the years have been able to obtain the Annals of the Bohemian Grove, and they have scanned and leaked these photographs, published these photographs on the internet. And they're authentic. Fascinating, fascinating look. This photograph shows Ronald Reagan sitting next to Richard Nixon in the 1960s. And I believe this photograph is in the University of Berkeley archives. Fully admitted to be authentic. Fully admitted to be a photograph of them sitting down and discussing who is going to run for president when. They just kind of decided, oh, it's just a party for the elite. It's just an encampment for them to go. It's just a men's club. Yeah, don't worry about the lakeside talks, right? And a couple other interesting points. The Manhattan Project was conceived at a clubhouse in the Bohemian Grove in 1942. This is fully admitted in the Bohemian Grove literature. And I also have a doctoral dissertation written from Dr. Peter Phillips of Project Censored fame, who wrote his dissertation and earned his PhD on the Bohemian Grove. So I'm such a big nerd. I read the dissertation many, many times. I have it highlighted, dog-eared. And he was allowed in the Bohemian Grove on 2 different occasions in the 1990s to write his dissertation. As information started leaking out more and more about the club, they thought it would be okay to have a scholar write a PhD report on what happens there. He did confirm that the United Nations, the birth of the United Nations was launched in the Grove. This is a picture of Moloch taken by Chris Jones, who went by the pseudonym of Kyle before he finally disclosed his real name, as he was an employee that worked there back in 2004, I believe it was, 2004, 2005. So he took this photo and others. He actually photographed the effigy, the burnt human effigy, metal human skeleton on the altar the night after the cremation of care, and did verify up close and personal that it is a life-size human effigy, a metal skeleton wrapped in paper mache and newspapers and cloth, and then burned on the altar as the cremation of care. A couple other interesting points. I know what I wanted to say. Guccifer has concluded his email to news agencies, and the only one to pick this up is RT at this point, that he says he signed it an Illuminati-free world, meaning getting rid of the Illuminati. And so this guy hates the Illuminati. And here is another leaked email where Tony Blair responded that said, what does he say? I'm really sorry, I can't commit right now. I hope to later in the year 2013 will be clearer. All the best wishes to you. So there, Tony Blair. And Tony Blair, he's even though he's not the prime minister anymore, he is still very active in politics. He started a foundation, very, very active. And Andrew Knight, the guy who sent this email to Colin Powell, Again, an Iraq war architect, con man. Remember he gave that presentation at the United Nations with the supposed anthrax. One vial this big can kill hundreds of thousands of people. Hey, you remember the let's not let the smoking gun be a mushroom cloud. So Guccifer hates the Illuminati and is going after high-level Illuminati members hacking their emails. George W. Bush's sister, some people from the Rockefeller family. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. So I'll report more on the Bohemian Grove. A couple other really interesting points I guess I could make here. The patron saint of the Bohemian Grove is Saint John of Nepomuk. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it, but he essentially was a priest who took the confessions. This is very underreported. Hardly anybody knows this, even in the conspiracy culture. He took the confessions of the Queen of Bohemia. And somebody wanted to know, the king, I think, of Bohemia, or somebody in the government over there, wanted to know what the Queen had confessed to him. And he wouldn't say, so they killed him. And so the Bohemian Grove have made him the patron saint because he wouldn't divulge the Queen of Bohemia's secrets and was killed and died to keep them silent. And a huge statue of St. John appears in the Bohemian Grove with his index finger up to his mouth, signaling, shh, to be quiet, keep your lips sealed. Again, because they like their secrecy. And if you're new to my work, you may not be aware that the Bohemian Grove mascot, the symbol, their owl, has several occult connotations. It is the owl of Athena from Greek mythology. And it's the owl because the owl could see and can see in the dark. And that's why an owl is a symbol and has been a symbol of wisdom for thousands of years. And the owl of Athena was also one of the original symbols of the Bavarian Illuminati. Adam Weishaupt used the owl of Athena, the same mascot as the Bohemian Grove today, as the symbol of his organization. And in conclusion, here is a really wild, very unknown bit of information about this bizarre club. Oh, by the way, go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/MarkDice. Go to the homepage and check the playlist for my trip to the Bohemian Grove. There is a whole playlist of my footage that I shot at the Bohemian Grove protests last year in 2012 at the Occupy Bohemian Grove protests. Okay, subscribe to my YouTube channel too, please. If you're finding this information interesting, subscribe to the channel. And finally, I'll leave you with this. The Bohemian Grove's motto, "Weaving spiders come not here," is said to refer to the belief that they're not to be working. They say that it comes from a Shakespeare play, A Midsummer's Night Dream, I believe. And they claim that the motto means that the club's not a place for business. Oh, just weaving spiders come not here. You're not to come and weave webs and do work. But that actually is a surface level reference, because the symbols to the occult, symbols in the Illuminati, have several meanings. They have the exoteric meaning, the meaning that they give to the outer world, the unelected, right? The useless eaters, as they say. And then there is an inner, another hidden meaning, and the esoteric, the occult meaning. And so I'll give you the occult meaning of the weaving spiders come not here. What it means is that you're not, us little people, us outsiders, are not to challenge the gods, the Bohemian Grovers, the elite Illuminati billionaire Bilderberg banksters, the superclass scamsters. And it refers again to the owl of Athena. Athena, the Greek goddess, one of their symbols was an owl. Right? And so there's a story in Greek mythology where a character challenged Athena's divine power. And so Athena had then partaken in a weaving contest with this individual. And the individual either was a spider or took on the form of a spider for this weaving contest as they were challenging the goddess Athena, challenging her power. And so this individual lost the contest, and Athena was affirmed to be the supreme goddess, ultimately have ultimate power over this person. And so what it means is you're not supposed to challenge the gods. Don't challenge them, is what they're saying. Weaving spiders, come right here. Don't dare challenge us, you little peons, is what they're saying, is what that means. That's the inner occult message of weaving spiders, come not here. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new to my work. There's more videos on the way. More Man on the Street Mondays coming every Monday for the hopefully foreseeable future, as long as I can keep them up and it fits into my schedule, where I will be clowning on the general public and showing just the levels of ignorance that has affected the mentally enslaved morons, the mainstream media and music listening morons. So thanks for watching. Check out the previous videos, check out the playlists, and there's more videos coming soon.